everyone, my Dream It, Achieve It family. Welcome to another fantastic episode of Dream It, Achieve It. Always bring you exclusive content when it comes to entrepreneurial stories covers, guys. So today we are here at Eswatini to meet up with the managing director of My Coils. We all like to look good, right? So basically, she produces hair products that are for natural hair. That is very, very fantastic. So today we're here to meet up with her about her business, and we get to know her better and how she started her business as to where she is today. So I'm chilling with Eswatini, that is her name, guys, managing director of My Cause. I hope that you guys are super excited because Tina as connect for Emma hair products that are best suited for us. So today, if you want to find out on what product is best suitable for your hair, make sure that you stick around because we have so much in store for you guys.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
having me. Hi everyone. As Noma has already said, so my name is Eswatini,
Yeah.
founder and director of My Coils.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, me. I 24 years old.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yes. 24 years old. I was raised by a village.
Okay.
That's how I see it. I was raised by a village, and I
Yeah.
think at the center of it all was my mother, and I
Okay.
think she inspires a lot that I do,
Mm-hmm.
and has been like a major figure in my life.
Yeah.
Yes. So growing up, okay, well, in Jenny,
Yeah.
I spent most of my upbringing there.
Okay.
Born and bred in Eswatini. I was in Njabulweni
Yeah.
High School,
Yeah.
and then I went to South Africa for university,
Okay.
and that's where I did my undergrad and my postgrad.
Okay.
Yes, so I have a master's in industrial and economic sociology.
Okay.
Yes. I don't know what else I should add.
Okay. That's
Yes.
I feel like you've covered it. That's enough.
Okay,
Okay.
so-
Yeah.
yeah.
People are getting a glimpse of who you are.
Mhm.
And I just want to find out more about your business. So basically, you do hair products. Can you tell me more about it?
Okay. So My Coils is, of course, a company,
Yeah.
and now I think the best way to define it is, yes, there's the hair care brand, which
Yes.
is what people see and is at the forefront, but it is a manufacturing company that manufactures a beauty product, which is
Okay.
then what you then see the My Coils.
Okay.
And it solely focuses on natural hair, not natural hair. So from your Afro textured hair, the products are suited for your curly
Mhm.
hair, your coily hair, your kinky hair.
Yeah.
So all of the above.
Okay.
Yes.
So can you tell me more about the story behind you, or the inspiration rather behind you starting this business of hair products? Like, how did you come about with that? Did you have problems with your hair, or you saw a gap in the market that you know what, I think I could be best suitable to start a business of hair products?
So as a kid, I've always been fascinated by hair.
Okay.
So I've had relaxed hair.
Okay.
At some point I shaved off my hair,
Mhm.
and I had one of those styles that where you
Yeah.
cut in half of the head.
Yeah.
And eventually I think I've had natural hair probably twice. So this is the second time, and it's worked.
Okay.
So as a kid, I was always fascinated about hair, hair care, styling it, and all of that. But I just knew I wasn't gonna work in a salon.
Yeah.
It was really about what goes into having the hair that you want.
Yeah.
So I'd find myself experimenting with different things in my mom's kitchen, even when I was at school. So I've always been a DIY girl, just figuring out what to mix to get the best results
Yeah.
for your hair. So I was always there in the kitchen mixing this and mixing that, and it excited me, and I was always keen to read about things and do
Mhm.
my research, understand ingredients and all of that. But
Yeah.
I never thought that it was going to be a business. It was just something that I really liked doing. And also, I didn't like the effects, the after effects of using synthetic products.
Okay.
And so for me, everything that I wanted to do had to be organic,
Yeah.
and I had to try and use something that already is in the kitchen, or natural oil,
Mhm.
or butter, or something like that, right? So I'd say that's how I probably came to be this person, and that was in my former years.
Yeah.
So when I then decided to start My Coil, so interesting story about it is that I I think it was based on research.
Okay.
So I knew what I wanted to achieve with my hair.
Yes.
And that's why I have the name My Coils,
Mhm.
because it really started with my natural hair journey.
Okay.
So with the struggles that I was going through and trying out, guys, it's also expensive. Like natural hair products
are
are
very
expensive. So
Yeah.
I'd spend, and I mean, I was willing to spend money on that, but I didn't achieve the results
Okay.
that I had wanted. And so it was really like, okay, let me create something
Mhm.
that will not only solve my problems,
Yeah.
but genuinely the problems that people would have.
Okay.
And usually, nangabe unetineleta, and I had it out, I'd have my hair out. It's either I'm in town or meeting with friends or something. It's always like, what do you use for your hair?
Yeah.
You know, what do you do? And most of the things that I'd use were DIY stuff.
Yes.
So alongside other products. So I'm
Yeah.
not saying I didn't use any other natural hair care products,
Okay.
but so it started off with creating doing my research.
Yes.
I started writing down the formulas, and this is when I was still doing my master's.
Mhm.
So it was more of how I explain it, it was more of a procrastination thing.
Okay.
So I'd be studying, and now I was saying for regular, and I feel like, okay, I'm tired. This was my stress reliever.
Yeah.
This was something that came easy to me.
Yeah.
Something I enjoyed doing, and
Yeah.
something that, I love doing and I could understand.
Yeah.
So my coils and making the products was more of a gift than it is something that I studied.
Okay.
Because I
Yeah.
didn't study business or any chemistry or anything like
Yeah.
that. So from the research, I started learning about what really goes into making an organic product,
Mhm.
what kind of ingredients I should use to achieve the kind of results that I'd want.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I put that together and I wrote down my formulas, I graduated.
Mhm.
After submitting my thesis, graduated, I went to Setco and I registered the business.
Yeah.
I didn't have a clue about how I was going to start.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What makes them different, or what makes them stand out from the rest of other organic hair products? Basically, can you tell us more about it? What are some of the benefits of using those hair products? Because
Okay.
people are dying to know.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So we have 4 products.
Yeah.
And they cater for different things.
Mhm.
So I do think that what makes my coils different from other organic products, because I can't even say that maybe it's the preservative that I use, because
Yeah.
we're supposed to use natural
Yeah.
preservatives, and that's what makes it organic.
Yeah.
But I do think that it's ingredient specific.
Okay.
And you'll notice with the labeling or the name of the product. So you'll have, okay, I'll introduce the products. I'll start with this one. So we have the rose water and shea butter leave-in spray.
Okay.
And what is unique about that is, of course, the ingredients and stuff. And so what I wanted to create was something that is easy to use, for the lazy natural,
Yeah.
for the natural that really has the routine,
Yeah.
and the person that's always in braids,
Yeah.
but then still wants to make sure that they have healthy hair. Exactly.
Yeah.
So this one is for you.
Yeah.
So when you do, if you're on YouTube most of the time and you read, there's this thing called LOC. So it means your liquid, your oil, and your cream, or your liquid, your cream, and your oil.
Okay.
And how this is easy to use is that you have all of that in this one bottle.
Okay.
And what natural hair needs is really more water, liquid, than your oils and your butters. Those are called sealants.
Okay.
And yes.
All right.
So this is 80% rose water, and it's made from natural roses.
Okay.
I actually use actual roses. And then you have the shea butter, and you have other essential oils.
Okay.
So, and then you have your shea butter nourishing cream.
Yeah.
And that one is really great for softening your hair.
Okay.
It's great for those that also have relaxed hair. So I did try and include
Yeah.
and not leave everyone out.
Yeah.
If you have your protective style and you're a type of girl that likes to have your twist outs and have your natural hair out all the time, this is the girl for you.
Okay.
Then you wake up, you hydrate, you put on your cream, and you're good for the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So-
And then is that the serum? What is that?
So this is a growth oil,
Okay.
and I also call it the a treatment oil.
Okay.
Because it really is focused. It's really tiny but very potent as well.
Yeah.
You only just need a bit
Okay.
for your scalp and
Okay.
your hairline. So it helps with your hairline. It helps with keeping it strong, growing stronger hair from the root.
Okay.
And also sealing your ends.
Yeah.
So most times we focus on our scalp, but not really the hair,
Yes.
like that is outside, right?
Yes.
Like the strands.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, the strands are usually your oldest hair.
Yes.
And the scalp, the hair growing from the scalp, is your newest hair.
Mm-hmm.
So the oldest hair really needs more attention.
Because it's already out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's exposed to the sun. It's exposed to dirt, and toxins in the air.
Yeah.
So it's great for that.
Okay.
And some of the oil, well, it's called the meti seed and coconut growth oil. And the meti seed and coconut growth oil is what I make.
Okay.
So I actually make that oil, the
scratch.
Base.
Okay.
Yes, from scratch.
Okay.
Using what you will then see the cute seeds at the bottom.
Okay.
Yes, and
Yeah.
then you add other essential oils. So the last one that we have is then the avocado and macadamia butter.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is, I think it explains itself in that there's avocado and macadamia
Yeah.
in it, and other butters and essential oils, but
Yeah.
you need to buy it to know what else is in there.
Yes.
And the goodies. So this one is for the girl that still also likes styling their hair, probably with their natural hair twist outs. And also when you want to braid your cornrows, before braiding your braids, you need to have a plan, like
Mm-hmm.
make a plan so that
Yeah.
when you unbraid, your hair is still as strong and still as lustrous as you had it before,
Yeah.
and you don't have that much damage.
Yeah.
So this is great for that. And also you can use it as a treatment, the same way you use a deep conditioner. Yeah.
Now I want to get to the more, I would say, a serious aspect of it. You know, a lot of people want to start their businesses, but usually they don't have seed capital to start their businesses. So how did you navigate starting your business? Did you have someone that was helping you with seed capital, or did you get funding? What was the story behind that?
When I was in school, I'd always known that I wanted to own something.
Yes.
And do something in the beauty space.
Yeah.
So I knew it was not good. At some point, I thought it was gonna be skin.
Yeah.
But hair was the first love.
Yes.
So I started saving, and I was saving when I was at postgrad. I didn't start my whole university.
Yeah.
So when I was doing my master's 2020, I started saving, and I put money aside. So the capital for my coil started with that, and I knew that I just needed maybe. I was at a point where I felt like, guys, even if I have 2,000, I'm gonna do something.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
no matter how small or how much you have, you can start. And I think the best advice that I had when I went to Setco, when I had like the whole plan.
Yes.
And I had the business plan. I was just like, okay, you know what? This is what I want to do. And the lady told me, and she looked at me, she's like, I can write your business plan right now.
Yeah.
But if I write it now, probably 6 months from now, this business plan will change because you're going to learn along the way. So the best advice I can give you is not to write the business plan and not to focus on all these things, although they are important, but just start.
Yeah.
So I already had my savings, and then I had what is called angel investors.
Okay.
And that really came from, so I wrote my business plan, and I had my financial forecast and everything, and then I gave it to my mother. I gave it to my mentors.
Yes.
And I was like, guys, this is what I want to do.
Yes.
And this is and this is how I'm going to make money from it.
Yes.
And so you see that I'm actually serious.
Yeah.
And they bought it.
Okay.
They bought it. And so they chipped in a bit just to get me to get to the point where I have what I needed to start the business.
Okay.
But I think anything really that you have, you can start, because I started with 2 products.
Yeah.
And then 5 months later, I launched another 2.
Okay. Now, of course, starting a business means that you come along challenges along the way. So can you briefly just tell us about the challenges that you have encountered and ways that you have maneuvered around them to make sure that you succeed at the end of the day? Yeah.
The first thing I think it's because I'd say I am the business.
Yes.
In that I do the manufacturing, so
Yes.
I make the products myself.
Yeah.
So in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then after that, you also have to rush and then go and have the meetings.
Yes.
Right. And then Pinza Gubengwe, that is then taking care of logistics.
Yes.
Are the ingredients shipped in on time, you know, and then you're also dealing with clients.
Yes.
And then the salons that I partner with. I think we'll speak about that later. But so it can get strenuous.
Yes.
I think that has been the challenge as we speak.
Yeah.
It's being everywhere
Yeah.
and doing everything.
Yeah.
Not to say that I'm not happy doing it,
Yeah.
but because demand is growing and has increased, I mean, and you'd find that I probably needed to make 30 bottles before.
Yeah.
Now I need to make 50 leave-in sprays, you know, and it's just me. So I think the challenge has been struggling with managing all these different things. And so how I've overcome that and how I'm dealing with it right now is to bring people on board.
Yes.
I think the biggest struggle in business, especially, well, personally,
Yeah.
as you start as an entrepreneur and you love what you do and it's like your baby.
Yes.
And you don't want anyone touching your baby.
Yeah.
And even if they touch it, you just feel like they won't do it the right way.
Yeah.
And it was to develop trust.
Yeah.
To believe that the vision will continue and to align myself with people that believe in what I believe in or have the same values. So I've started bringing people on board, outsourcing with the marketing, you know, because I'm always so busy. I can't always be on Instagram.
Yes.
But the truth is Instagram posts need to be there.
Yes.
So acknowledging the fact that I need help.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that's difficult to come to terms with, even though you're aware of it. So I think that has been the biggest struggle.
Yeah.
And I think also, I'd say customer service.
Yeah.
Because
you work with people.
Exactly, you work with people, and you do have times where you have to, you know, bring yourself to self, and also listen to your customer and make them feel that they're heard.
Yes.
Even though despite how you may feel, the truth is I may have a personal experience with my coils, and they are my products, and so I'll vouch for them. Yes. But it doesn't mean that someone else will have the exact same experience. Yeah. And I've needed to understand that, and to be okay if a product doesn't work for someone else. Yeah. It does not mean that the product doesn't work. Yeah. You know, it just means that particular one. Yeah. But then I think what I do is then ask more questions, and then we always have an alternative product to what you had already bought or something like that. Yeah, I think that those have been
So who's your target market? How do you make sure that your product people can get? What's your strategy in terms of people being able to buy them? Do you supply them at salons? Do they contact you directly? Can you tell me more about where they can get your product?
So my Coils hair care products are really created with, and I make them having in mind women of all shapes and sizes. Women of any age. I mean, Nakoko ya 70s. And women that of all different colors and also that I think are very conscious about how they look and how they feel. Yeah. And believe it or not, I do think that our hair is our crown. It's either you're braiding it, it's either you have your weave on and you have a protective style. So even if you're a weave girl, you still need my coils.
Because underneath that
exactly, we need to take care of the hair.
Yeah.
So and it's girls that also love having their natural hair out. So it really is a wide spectrum, and I never really want to narrow it down. But of course, I've created it for women. Yeah. And recently, I've had males being interested in it. So the guys with the fades and are keeping the locks on top of that hair. I mean, the cream is for you. you step out until usually you get that and you wet it
Yeah.
every single day.
Yeah.
You just need a cream and you're good to go.
Okay.
You know. Then you also have guys with locks as
Yeah.
well. I've had clients that use those products.
Okay.
And then yeah, so that's been an interesting win, I think.
So speaking about, how people can get your products,
yes.
I want to talk about that. Where can they get your products?
So you're able to find my Coils products in 4 different salons.
Okay.
And I think, Noma, that actually answers the question that you asked about some of the challenges I'd have.
Yeah.
It's distribution.
Yeah.
And how you manage sales. Because I can't make the products. I mean, I could, but I'd be stretching myself too thin.
Yeah.
So what I do is distribute it in salons.
Yes.
So I partner with business women that own beauty bars or a beauty salon or a spa. You are able to find my Coils product in Babane.
Yeah.
And that is at Authentic Beauty Salon and Barber. That's at Checkers Business Park.
Okay.
And then you're also able to find my Coils products at the Gables, Eswatini, just opposite Foschini, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's 3W Beauty Parlor.
Okay.
And then you're able to find the products. You can find them at Ngawela Lifestyle and Aesthetic Spa. That is in Lobamba. And then you can find us at Vanity Beauty Bar, which is in Manzini.
Okay.
Yes, at Palm Beach.
Okay.
Yes.
Lastly, to someone that wants to start a business, of course, given your experience, what would you say to them just to encourage them to get started?
I'd say the same thing that the lady at Tedco said to me. Just start.
Yeah.
There's, of course, do your planning, do your research, understand what the kind of market you're going into, and you will figure out a lot as you go. But that then does help with the journey, having a bit of information to back up either the talent or the passion, because we can't just say, oh, I love doing it, let me wake up and do it. Of course, for some people it works, but I'd say just start. You can start with as little as what you have right now, or you can wait and go through the funding process and secure that funding. But I'd say just start. Do your research, understand what you are doing, and be passionate about it. There's nothing, I think, as painful as being up at 3 a.m. and doing something that you don't like. Or that you don't understand. But the reason why I am able to be all these different things and be all these different departments that are needed in the company is because I don't mind doing it. I don't mind being up at 3 a.m. doing it. As long as that is out and I see someone holding it and they're using it and they're happy, then I'm happy.
Thank you so much. It has been such a pleasure. Thank you so much for having us and taking your time to talk to us today. It's very inspiring to just see that people are actually starting their business and going forward, moving along with it to make sure that at the end of the day, they are successful. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Noah. Thank you. It was lovely having you.
Well, my Dream It, Achieve It viewers, it has been such an insightful, delightful conversation with Eswatini Gininza, the managing director of my Coils. I hope that you guys took something out of the conversation. She said one thing in particular about just starting. It doesn't matter how much you have, and also don't forget to be passionate about what you want to do. Be passionate about the business that you want to venture into, and don't forget to start with the little that you have. Make sure that you also follow her on her social media handles, right, to find out more about her products, because we're always about supporting local entrepreneurs. I hope that you were inspired from me and my Dream and Achieve It family. We'll see you guys next time with more inspiring entrepreneurial stories on Eswatini TV.